Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Snigdha Mahapatra, a third year student of KIT School of Law and currently an intern under LexClick. In my previous video, I had talked about four authorities which have been enlisted by the Companies Act. In this video, I will be talking about the next three authorities next three authorities that have been created, and these are basically judicial bodies or quasi-judicial bodies. The first being the National Company Law Tribunal. Under Section 408, the central government shall constitute a National Company Law Tribunal. The tribunal shall exercise and discharge such powers and functions as may be conferred on it by the Act or any other law for the time being in force. The tribunal is a quasi-judicial body in the administration of the provisions of this Act. The central government, by notification, shall also constitute benches of the tribunal. The principal bench of the tribunal shall be in New Delhi. The powers of the tribunal shall be exercised by benches consisting of two members, out of whom one shall be a judicial member and the other shall be a technical member. However, for certain class of cases or matters pertaining to certain class of cases as may be specified by the president of the tribunal, a bench consisting of a single judicial member shall be competent. This has been given under section 419 of the Act. The central government constituted the National Company Law Tribunal or NCLT with effect from 1st June 2016. This effectively dissolves the Company Law Board or CLB as constituted under the Companies Act 1956 from the same day. The NCLT started functioning with 11 benches, 2 at New Delhi and 1 each at Ahmedabad, Allahabad, Bengaluru, Chandigarh, Chennai, Guwahati, Hyderabad, Kolkata and Mumbai. The principal bench of the NCLT is at New Delhi. The tribunal and the appellate tribunal shall have exclusive jurisdiction in respect of suits or proceeding related to any matter which they are empowered to determine. No civil court shall be competent to have jurisdiction on such matters under this Act or any other law for the time being in force or to grant injunction in respect of any such action taken or to be taken by the tribunal or the appellate tribunal. Now next comes the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. Under Section 410, the central government shall constitute a National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. The Appellate Tribunal shall hear appeals against the orders of the tribunal or of the National Financial Reporting Authority. The Appellate Tribunal consists of a chairperson and such member of judicial and technical members not exceeding 11 as the central government may deem fit to be appointed by the central government by notification. The central government constituted the NCLAT or the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal with effect from 1st June 2016. Any person aggrieved by an order of the company of the tribunal may, within 45 days from the date on which the copy of the order was made available, file an appeal to the appellate tribunal. If the person was prevented from filing the appeal within 45 days due to sufficient cause, the appellate tribunal may extend the period by 5 days by another 45 days. The appellate tribunal by order may confirm, modify or set aside the order of the tribunal appealed against after giving the parties a reasonable opportunity of being heard. A copy of the order shall be sent to the tribunal and the parties to appeal. An appeal under section 421 subsection 3 was dismissed being barred by limitation. The appeal against order of tribunal was filed 15 days after period of limitation of 45 days had expired and a further period of another 45 days had also expired. This was held in the case of Rohan Packaging Products Limited versus Lakshmi Chand Gidwani. If the order was made by the tribunal with the consent of the parties, no appeal to the appellate tribunal is hence possible. Now next comes the special courts. To provide speedy trial of offences under the Act, the central government by notification, may appoint or designate as many special courts as may be necessary. In case of offences punishable under the Act with imprisonment of 2 years or more, a special court shall consist of a single judge holding office as session judge or additional session judge. In the case of other offences, the special court shall consist of a metropolitan magistrate or a judicial magistrate of the first class. The special courts, however, shall have jurisdiction to only those offences which are punishable under this Act with imprisonment of 2 years or more. All other offences shall be tried as the case may be by a metropolitan magistrate or a judicial magistrate of the first class having jurisdiction to try any offence under this Act or under any previous company law. Under Section 431, subsection 1, notwithstanding anything contained in the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, all offences specified under subsection 1 of Section 435 shall be triable only by the special court established for the area in which the registered office of the company in relation to which the offence is committed. In case there are more than one special courts for such area, offence shall be triable by one of them as may be specified in this behalf by the High Court concerned. When trying an offence under this Act, a special court may also try an offence other than an offence under the Act which the accused may, under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, be charged with at the same trial. The central government designated special courts for the purposes of trial offences punishable under this Act 2013 with imprisonment of 2 years or more. Thank you so much for watching the video and please subscribe to the channel for further and regular updates.